So last but certainly not least here, we have a former BCG consultant, three-time startup CFO, exited founder. He also helped scale the crypto platform BitGo to over 60 billion in assets. So please help me welcome Rodrigo Vicuña, founder at Wealthie.
Raise your hand if you have a smartphone. Okay. How about a smart wearable device, like an iWatch? Okay. Here's a hard one. If you've used AI or GPT in the last 24 hours for your work. All right, congrats. You, if you raised your hand, are like the majority of Americans who have smart systems that optimize your life. They optimize our everyday, from the way we're entertained, engage, exercise. Heck, even the way we brush our teeth is optimized. But what if I told you that your most important financial asset is still living in the 1940s? I'm talking about the backbone of American wealth for you and 84 million other Americans. Home equity. Your home has become a passive piggy bank of wealth that's absolutely trapped with no interest, no dividends, and no flexibility. And that's because since World War II, the American dream has been buy a home, build wealth, pass it on. And that dream worked for generations, for our grandparents and our parents. But what about now? Does homeownership work for us? For the majority of Americans, that dream is broken. For the majority of Americans, they are figuratively and financially stuck in their homes. And that's for two key reasons. First, the average American has over 65% of their wealth trapped in their homes, idle, illiquid, and unavailable. Worse, they are less wealthy as a result. Over the last 30 years, homeownership has left more money on the table than it generated. If you were a homeowner from 1990 to 2024, congrats, you kept up with inflation, which means your home just about tripled in value. But if you had taken that same money and invested in the S&P 500 and literally done nothing, you would have over 35x'd your wealth. But you couldn't, because in the history of the United States, we've never been able to invest home equity. So that means that a homeowner, for every dollar they put into their home over 30 years ago, left over $30 of wealth on the table today. Wealth is not just built by owning. Wealth is built by optimizing. And it's time to optimize the way home equity works for you. Now you may be saying, Rodrigo, hold up. Can't I just go get a HELOC? Sure, you can go add more monthly debt, more monthly payments, and more foreclosure risk. None of these things help you build wealth. Or how about a HEI or a home equity investment product where I sell off a piece of my home? Cool, you can go get charged up to 20% per year with a predatory product. And these are literally last resort options for distressed homeowners. Do you know what doesn't exist? A safe, simple, and responsible way to put home equity to work without debt. My name's Rodrigo Vicuña, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wealthie. Wealthie is your wealth manager for your home equity. Through our technology, we allow homeowners to seamlessly swap a portion of their home equity for safe, simple, and responsible investment assets, like the S&P 500, or bonds in a mutual fund. We say, release the piggies! Your home should not be a passive piggy bank. And Wealthie makes it a powerful wealth engine without debt, without monthly payments, and without foreclosure risk. So now that I've told you what we do, let me tell you how it works. First, you apply online, and through our proprietary AI-driven engine, we're able to give you an offer where you step 2, invest a portion of the equity in your home, say 25%, and that 25% goes into diversified portfolios. Third, the trade settles when you sell your home. If your home appreciates, then Wealthie shares in 25% of that appreciation. This is not debt. This is rebalancing your wealth. And that's why we address every major issue with products in the market today. Because accessing home equity today hurts your wealth tomorrow. Wealthie is different. We are engineered to grow your wealth without debt. We're a fiduciary to you, meaning we have your best interests in mind. We diversify your wealth, we don't charge you predatory fees, and we do not have regulatory limitations like the other guys. And the opportunity to change American wealth is huge. That's because there's over $35 trillion of US home equity, 17 of which is investable, meaning that there's a $200 billion wealth management opportunity that we're attacking. And it's not just the market that's attractive. So is homeownership demand. That's because homeowners need Wealthie. Remember, the majority of Americans have the majority of their wealth in their homes. And the simple fact is, they just don't have the cash to invest meaningfully. Wealthie is the seat at the investment table to build generational wealth with your homes. That's why we are so proud to announce that over the last 6 months, we've seen homeowners wake up to this possibility. Over the last 6 months, we've seen more homeowners sign up for our home equity wealth product waitlist than any other home equity wealth product in the market. This is not just demand, it's urgency. And it's that urgency that drives my co-founder and me to build this business. I spent the last decade building and scaling multiple startups. I built the US's largest crypto custodian from 0 to 60 billion in assets under custody. I've raised over 200 million in venture financing, and my last company exited in 2024. And my co-founder, Anthony, he's a mortgage industry vet. He's the ex-COO of Deutsche Bank's mortgage group. He's financed over 350,000 homes in America, and he built a $4 billion business. Combined, Anthony and I have been reshaping global financial markets that you all interact with every single day. And now, we're doing it for homeowners. We started today's conversation with the fact that smart systems optimize your every day. And the same should be said about your most important financial asset. Wealthie gives your home equity a smart strategy because the future of American wealth depends on optimizing the American dream of homeownership. It's time to make homeownership work harder for you. It's time to make every single homeowner in America wealthy.